It's meta review. Last week I told you that Brawl was meta. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Whew. But anyways, guys, what's going on? We're back into it. Last week I told you that Brawl was meta, but that is quite far from the truth. But without further ado, let's get right into the video intro. Alright guys, so like what I said earlier, I said Brawl was going to be great. In theory, I've still never seen this Brawl comp run. But honestly, I just don't think it's going to be good. Like what maps are rein going to be able to close that gap? Yeah, none of them. I hear crickets. I don't know. King's Row? Not even that. You're still going to see double shield. You're still going to be seeing double shield, I think. Like, I'm going to be honest, rein maybe is a little bit stronger in lower elos, but like, team play, nada. Team play, you can refer to all my past videos before the rein changes went through. So, since not a whole lot has actually really changed, I'm going to talk about ladder, because that's what you guys care about mostly, I feel, and that's what's really going to impact you. So let's get right into it without further ado. I'm going to try to make this video a little shorter, like I say every time, but I keep rambling. So let's get right into it. Alrighty. So, let's see what we got going on here. So, we're talking about ladder, chat, just everyone that's in chat. I am streaming this live, by the way. Chat, I still think... Oh, wait, well, we're talking ladder. That's right. We're talking ladder today. So this is a little bit different, actually. Well, actually, Orisa and Sig still get way too much value. But actually, since Orisa isn't getting played a whole lot, I think she's more of an A tier. And I think that Ball actually takes the, like, the good tank comp in ladder and maybe even scrims. Honestly, like, if you play the Ball better, like... You can run the ball on a lot of maps, because here's the thing, Orisa's really strong, right? And she's still running a lot of really good comps, but this is ladder. And the thing with ladder is that to run a Zen Brig comp, right? This even a high rank is hard for players to understand. The Zen and Brig have to stick together, and at that point, the Sig is open and susceptible to the ball diving him. But here's the problem, right? Then Brig has to go with Sig, but then Zen's open, right? But the thing is, in team play, it's a lot easier to bypass that because they can all stack together, or they can play close enough, or the Brig's good enough because the Brig, like, literally has been scrimming Brig. The thing is, no one wants to play Brig, and because of that, Ball just gets a lot of value because there's not a whole lot that the Ball has to really worry about. He can just kind of free roam and do whatever he wants, right? Double shield, if you do get the opportunity to run that in ladder, though, it's really strong. I literally climbed to 4.4 on Orisa in like 2 days with an off-tank duo because double shield is just fundamentally broken. That's how it just works. Anyways, with the rest of the tanks, we don't really have a whole lot else going on here, because just the chaos that the meta is kind of bringing all the time. I'm gonna put Hog also in the A tier because you can flank around a lot in ladder, and it like Gar. I don't know if any of you guys know Gar, fantastic Hog player. If you can create the space with the ball, sure, you can go to Hog. I don't know if he's quite A tier because you can't just lock him and be good. But I'm going to say that Hog is probably a really high B tier, and a lot of these other tanks really aren't looking too solid. Like Winston, I'm definitely putting D tier. I just don't really think he's good into anything that's going on right now. Zarya is a close second in D tier, I think. Just because Zarya, she doesn't get value into double shield. She's shooting shields all day. The ball is way too sporadic and all over the place. It's just not looking very good for Zarya here. But with these new buffs, I think I am going to put at least Rein and D.Va into the C tier. You can run it. It is still run a lot because people love these characters. They're fundamentally super fun to play. I duo with a Rein Ball player, so like I'm not thinking it's that bad. If you can manage to close the distance, Rein is lethal, has a lot of health. He's a Titan. The problem is, closing distance on what against a Sig Ball? Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I think that's all the tanks. Moving right on next to the DPS here. DPS haven't changed really too much between what's good, between what's bad. But it is ladder, so you're just gonna see a lot of like what's good, what's not, you know? So I did see Hydron playing Genji yesterday, but you know what, guys? I'm sorry, you're not Hydron. I'm not Hydron. Hydron shouldn't even be playing Genji in the first place. He just plays Genji because he fucking can, because why would he care, you know? So Genji's D tier. If you're good at Genji, sure, go right ahead and run Genji. If you're not good at Genji, you might as well just not try. Same kind of goes with Doomfist. He's a really bad character right now, in my opinion. It doesn't get a whole lot of value compared to everything else. With that said, Symmetra still does get that TP out of spawn. I know that it's not a team-based video, but it's still it's really strong. Like that is very important, the TP out of spawn. That no one does. I don't really quite understand why, but when you do that, you're going to be winning Koths a lot easier in ladder. I just want to point that out. Tracer, I really should just be going in order. Bastion I'm actually going to put above the Doom and Genji because we just played with Bastion and that was like a lot of value that Bastion was getting. If you can play in a lower tier lobby or even like a 4.3 and below lobby, Bastion can work. Bastion works for Bastion main. It can work anywhere. Still a D tier because it's probably not going to work unless you're good at Bastion, you know? Ashe I'm going to put A tier. I don't know if she's quite meta. She might be. I don't know. I'm kind of like putting characters in power rankings like sub tiers like C, D, B, SA, and then I'm gonna look at it. But I am like I said, I am just trying to keep this going a little faster. Echo I'm also gonna put in A tier just for now. I don't know if she's quite S tier because hit scan are really good right now and kind of deny her value if she's getting looked at, and then ladder it's really hard to like kind of do whatever you want to do. I do have to keep in mind that this is ladder, so it does change a little bit. Hanzo, I'm going to put C tier above Symmetra. He might move into B tier. I think he's high C tier, low B tier, maybe. He's really good into double shield, like, because he can spam shields. He's not necessarily optimal, but it's not awful. At that point, I might put him bottom B tier, but just for now, for the sake of just balancing everything out, I'm just going to put him there. Junkrat, I don't know. The only people I see that can pull off a good Junkrat into an Ashe Echo or freaking Aquamarine, dude. He's the only person I can see doing it. I don't know. I don't see it done by anyone else, to be honest. Mei, also another solid A tier. I'm probably going to move these two up to S tier. Mei is very strong with her walls, but I don't know if she's quite meta because I haven't been seeing her run a whole lot lately. But I think a Kree Mei comps, like, those are still really solid with the double shield brawl. Just in general. Kree S tier. The stun on the ball, the double shield brawl variant is very strong. To be honest, it's all map dependent to the point where actually what I'm going to do is because this is ladder, I think spam's easier to run and easier to understand for players, and brawl with double shield, the tempo is really hard. So I think that they kind of go down in terms of the meta, in terms of competitive play, because they just don't get value as easy. They can get more value, I feel, but I'm not sure. I just think that the Ashe Echo gets more value with that ball sig comp, but I'm not quite sure. Pharah is not good. She's just not good. I put her at C tier above Junk just because she can fly, but she's just not good compared to Echo. Like, just why would you run her? Reaper. Oh man. I just feel like he's not strong. Like, he's not B tier. To the point where Hanzo is B tier. Like, these characters don't do anything special into these comps. They just don't. It's sad, but it's true. And ladder, they just don't get value. But moving on, like, because, like, what are you going to close the distance here? You're going to run down the Sig? I mean, that's great, but, like, they just spam. They just run. Sig just plays back on an off angle. You know? I mean, the rest of these characters coming up are B tier plus, so that's good. Soldier, I think, is solid. I might even put him higher on this list just in terms of ladder, but it's looking pretty balanced. I think he's like borderline A tier. Like borderline almost there, but he's B tier, like just barely. Because you can flank a lot with Soldier. You can get a lot of cheeky value out of him. I don't think he's quite meta though. Because like these characters all have something in common where you're going to see them in pro play at this current moment, but you might see Soldier a little bit, but just not much. Same thing with like the Sim. You're going to see her, but just not a lot. Excuse me. Sombra I'm gonna put above Hanzo for the sole reason that you can just hack a ball. You can hack ball. Wow. You're canceling a meta. Right there. In ladder. You're making someone not play the game. Sure, are you playing the game? Not really. But you're stopping them from playing the game. So it depends on the game. I think that makes her solid B tier. She's average. Probably not the best character in the game, but she stops a ball. I mean, if they run double shield, best of luck, but I don't know. Torbjorn, best shield break in the game with Torbjorn. Turret and him shooting it, fantastic shield break. Sure, Bastion does more shield break. No, Torb's much more valuable in this situation. And it's actually really good against dive, almost to the point where I'm actually going to put him A tier because he gets a lot of value with the double shield, and he gets a lot of value with that weird dive ball comp, to the point where, like, he's a solid pick. You can pick in almost every lobby, and you will not get shit for it. I'm going to say it. You won't get shit for playing Torb this season. You won't get shit for playing Torb. You haven't gotten it for a really long time, actually. But with that said, I think Tracer takes the cake. I think Tracer is a fantastic pick, team play and in ladder. She's very balanced, and the way that you play her, the smarter you play, the more value you get out of her. I love Tracer, even as a flex support. Even as a flex support, getting it peppered in my backline, I'm gonna be honest, I think Tracer's really strong, and she's not going away anytime soon, to be honest. And last but not least, guys, it's ladder. I understand double shield is good. Widow's just always going to be good amongst the chaos. She's just always going to be good, and there's just no arguing that. She's good against anything that's not double shield. Sure, Ashe is better. Widow's just good. She's always a solid character. She's not going away. It sucks to say, but her kit in an unorganized setting is always going to get value. Enough said. Surprisingly, we haven't seen a great Torb player since Fui 500 in a while. There's a lot of really good Torb players, they just don't one-trick Torb. That's it. Like, there are good Torb players out there, trust me. They just don't play Torb and ladder all the time. Like, when I used to play with Cruz, who was Hyper and now Cruz, we don't talk anymore, but when he would lock Torb, I swear to God, that was like his best character behind Genji. That dude's Torb was so good. I don't know how he did it, but he was good. That's all I can say. But let's finish up the list with the supports. Right up at top, we put we put Brig. Pick Brig, you'll win games. Specialize in Brig, you'll win games. You're never going to get another Brig player on your team. You're always going to have a Bap or a Zen or an Ana. You are going to get value on Brig. Pick Brig if you want to climb. You didn't hear it from me, but everyone is already doing it. So please actually don't pick Brig. Please learn the game. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. Anyways, after that, I think I put Bap and Zen A tier. Here's the thing, right? You're not going to be carrying as Bap in ladder unless you're at a high SR level, into the point where, like, Bap actually starts, like, getting some value and, like, can win or lose games. Bap is just really hard to climb on, but he's really strong. You'll get value on him and you'll win games with him. It's just hard. You can't carry with it as hard as other characters like Ana and Zen in metas past. Zen, the problem with Zen is that Zen Brig is impossibly hard to run on ladder, because you need to have really good coordination, and everyone needs to understand the role to make it work really well. And in ladder, that just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. If you're lucky enough to have a lobby where you have, like, or maybe you just, like, Zen Brig duo up to GM, like, maybe. But everyone needs to understand what's going on and how to win that. And it's just a very confusing meta for people to understand, to be honest. That being said, Mercy, I think I put B tier because you can just, like, pocketing is fine. Pocketing is fine. But yeah. But yeah, that's what Crimson and Juby have been doing. They're like, or Crimzo and Juby have been doing. They're like 4650 right now. Yeah, I think a Zen Brig duo is really good. I think it's really good at high levels, but that's the thing. They're at like the highest elo. Like that's a great idea if you're at the highest elo, because then your teammates are most likely going to understand how to play that. Most likely. And that's also Crimzo and Juby. So you have to understand, that's like me saying that, like, oh, if I want to grow, I have to, like, have an XQC set up. Like, I'm not going to grow as a streamer if I do the same formula as XQC does. Because I'm not XQC. And XQC is an outlier. Yeah. XQC, like his setup, his scuffed quality, it's an outlier. The same thing with Crimzo and Juby. I could go in with Neptune and we could lock Zen Brig, but the problem is it's not going to be as efficient as 4650. I'm going to tell you that much because I'm not a 4650 player. But like, it's still going to get value. It's just not, I don't think it's going to get value in the scope of the people that are going to be like looking at this and being like, all right, S tier and A tier characters, I want to play those. I don't think I want to put Zen and Brig and like say, yeah, lock Zen, Brig, and Plat. It's not going to work because the tanks don't understand what's going on. You get what I'm saying? At 4,600, you're playing with Overwatch League contenders, tier 3. You're playing with usually just like path to pro players. They mostly understand what's going on. Sometimes they don't. Tier 3 and tier 2 actually sometimes don't understand what's going on with it. But most of the time, they're going to understand, if that makes sense. Yeah. Daniel, you said it perfectly. Brig, Zen, and Plat would find very little value because people don't understand how to target them. Yeah. They don't know how to target. They don't know how to play together. And that's not a bash on them because people in GM still don't even understand how to do that. It's just the truth. But moving on, just to finish up the video. Ana, I'm going to put B tier because if you're on Brig and your team's split and you're not getting that ball dealt with, just pull out Ana and sleep it. Just do the pub stomp. Because if you're on Brig and your team isn't playing together, most likely that lobby is not at a high enough level to punish you on Ana for perma-sleeping that ball. Most likely. And that's the reason why I'm saying Ana's going to be B tier here. Excuse me. And that leaves us with the last two supports. Lucio, C tier. Moira, D tier. Why do I say this? Well, Moira doesn't work well with these comps because all she does is heal and provide really fast-paced mobility to just bang, 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 bang. If you want to run that, sure, you can run that in ladder. It'd work great. No one wants to do it because people think it's bad. And the only reason I put Lucio at C tier is because Lucio doesn't work well with the comps that are good right now. I mean, he's niche. You're going to see him in competitive play. This is ladder. I mean, if your name's Echoflex and you're just a god tier Lucio, go right ahead. Shout out to my boy Echoflex. Dude's crazy. Like, I wish I could play Lucio as great as he could, but yeah, guys, this is my ladder tier list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, follow me over on Twitch. We're so close to 1,000 followers. Keep in mind that this was a ladder review. I do this every Monday, and I am going to be starting to edit my own videos. Very fun, because I've never done it before. Anyways, I appreciate everyone for watching, and until next time, I got to peace out and paz out. I'll see you in the next one. Let's roll the outro.